welcome to Big Friendly Grub. I hope you're well, you wonderful, 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 wonderful people. Now, I'm a big fan of Scotland. I love the country, I love the people, and I love the food. Unfortunately, I haven't been there for quite a while because, well, everything that's been going on. I've actually been there a couple of times before. I've been to Glasgow, I've been to Fort William, and I've loved it both times. And I especially love the food that I tried. The black pudding there was like the best black pudding I've ever had. I don't know what was different about it. It was great. But when you think of Scotland and you think of food, besides deep frying everything, you think of haggis. Now, I've never made haggis before because I wouldn't know where to start. So that's why I got myself a haggis kit. Yep, I got myself a haggis kit from the DIY Scotch Pie Company. I was really curious about this because I've always wanted to have a go at making haggis, but like I said, wouldn't know where to start. So I picked up one of these. It's about 18 quid, I think it was, something like that. And yeah, I'm going to use it to make a haggis, actually 3 haggis, because that's how many it lets you make. Now, full visibility, I'm going to be making haggis with offal, and that means I'm going to be using things like hearts, livers and kidneys. And if that's not your bag, then go and watch a different video, preferably one of mine. I did a giant Lindor video very recently, which is an epic battle, so you should go watch that instead. But maybe give this video like a like anyway before you go. But if you're sticking around and you want to see me make haggis, then let's get started. Okay, first things first, let's see what's in the haggis kit. I've actually opened it on the other side, so let's dive in. Lots and lots of packaging. Right, the homemade haggis. Welcome to your homemade haggis kit. Here's your guide to making your very own haggis. I think we're making haggis. This will make 1.36 kilos or 3 pounds of haggis. You need 515 grams of your choice of meat, mutton, lamb, pork, beef, turkey, chicken, etc., including liver if you like it. Oh, I've got all sorts. 300 grams of stock, which will come from cooking the meat, pack of haggis mix, pack of suet, and pack of haggis buns, which are all enclosed. So here's our haggis mix, and that's things like oatmeal, salt, rice flour, dried onions and spices. Looks pretty good to me. That's what makes haggis haggis, really. You might think it's like the meat or stuff like that, but it's all the flavouring, seasonings and things like that that make it so good. Then we've got some vegetable suet. So if you did want to, you could make this a vegetarian one. I'm not sure what you would use in place of the meat, but I'm sure you could probably look it up and this will give you that basis. And here we've got our haggis buns. This is what we will put our mixture into to cook our haggis later, so it's just not all floating around loose. I think they're just plastic. Traditionally, you would use the stomach of a sheep, but I don't have any of those, so that's what we're using. I would have been concerned if there was sheep stomach in here, but there's not. So first things first, I've got to choose my filling. It says you can use pre-minced meat or meat pieces as long as the total amount is 515 grams. It says traditionally you should use a 2-to-1 mixture of mutton plucks and liver, but the choice is yours. Your haggis will taste great no matter what meat you use. So I have gone for several types of meat. Here I have got some lamb shoulder, I've got some ox kidney and some ox liver, and also lamb hearts. Told you it was going to be gross, but offal is traditionally what's used for haggis, so that's what I wanted to go for. These are all pretty much chopped up already for me, but I need to chop up the heart, so I'm going to do that. There we go, that's my hearts all chopped up, which is a sentence I did not think I would be saying today, but there you go. Next it says, take your haggis bungs, soak in hot water for a minimum of 30 minutes, ready for filling. So I've got my haggis bungs, and we'll pop this into a bowl of hot water for at least 30 minutes. Next it says to cook my meat in a pot with water until piping hot throughout. So I don't know how long, it doesn't give me a time. So I'm just going to estimate around 30 to 40 minutes because the hearts are going to be quite tough. So I want to make sure they are cooked properly and not tough or anything like that. So that's all going in. And then once this is cooked, this will form the stock that we're going to need in the next step. Okay, I've given my meat about 50 minutes in the end because I think I'd rather err on the side of caution and give it too long than not enough. So I'm going to just take this out of the stock and I'm going to pop it into a bowl to drain off a bit and cool down a little bit. Ooh, look at that, doesn't that look appetizing? Trouble with boiling offal, it stinks, I won't lie. But once we get it all mixed with that lovely haggis mix, it will taste amazing. And I just need to reserve 300 millilitres of the stock as well. I need to take my haggis mix, put that into a bowl, And then I need to add that stock into my haggis mix and turn that into a paste. Oh, now that smells like haggis. Then I need to take my meat and just chop it up very, very finely. And with that chopped pretty damn finely, I'm going to transfer that into a bowl. And I need to add in my vegetables to it, mix that through, then add in my paste, which has really soaked up all of that moisture now. And I've got to mix all that through. Oh, it's sticky, super sticky. Tell you what, this is really smelling like haggis now. This smells bang on. It says my mixture should be around 1.36 kilos. I have a feeling I'm going to have more. It's about 1.5, pretty much nearly bang on 1.5. That's fine, I'd rather have too much than too little. And I need to get my haggis buns and just make sure all the water's out. I'm wondering if these are some sort of like sheep stomach or something. They really stink. I've got to take my haggis mix and fill one of these up. Try and get as much in there as I possibly can. Get out as much of the air as possible as well. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to get in there without bursting it. I'm just going to try and get as much of the air out as I possibly can. Then I need to take a bit of the twine that they give you and try and tie this as best as I possibly can, which probably won't be very well because I never went to scouts or anything like that. Scouts, cubs, beavers, or whatever you want to call them. Tie it up like a nice sausagey present. Right, that's my haggis filled. I'm hoping that will stay intact in the water when I cook it. So this one's going to get cooked. I'm going to put the other two together, save one for another time, and also keep one for my dad because he loves haggis as well. So just got to do the other two and then I will cook this mother. And I just need to pop this into some simmering water. It says cooking hot water for approximately 25 to 30 minutes for 1 pound of haggis and approximately 1.5 hours for 3 pounds of haggis. Well, they got one here. And do not boil the water or your haggis may burst. So I'm going to make sure that just comes up to simmer and not boil. And then I will be back in 25 to 30 minutes to see how this has come out and hopefully it won't have burst. Right, this has had about 30 minutes, so I am going to carefully take this out of here. It hasn't burst, so that's good. It hasn't burst, it did, oh, the strings just come off, that's fine. Looks good, looks like haggis. I'm going to leave it to cool down for a minute, then I'm going to squeeze that out and give it a try, I guess. Let's give this a good squeeze out and see how it's come out. It looks like the right sort of consistency, maybe a bit wetter than what I'm used to from the shop, but it still looks about right. It's not bad, you know, that's not bad. Nothing else left to do, but give it a try. Well, here we go, some homemade haggis. I'm not going to put any salt or pepper or anything on this because hopefully, if it's good, it should be just seasoned right. So, cheers, or what would they say in Scotland for cheers? Yes, it sells cheers, but in a Scottish accent, which I'm not going to attempt because I don't want to offend the whole of Scotland. Anyway, cheers! Oh, that is haggis. That is bang on. Texture's right, taste is right. That is nice. That has come out really well. Much better than I was expecting, actually. Not because of the kit or anything, just because of I thought I would balls it up, to be honest, but it hasn't. It's really nice. Oh, that's really nice. Sorry. Yeah, that's really good. That is really, really tasty. It's really nice. That has come out absolutely bang on. Look, I'll stand there eating that. That's really nice. Well, I'm really pleased with how that came out. That is really tasty. I'm really surprised at how spot on that was. Perhaps I shouldn't be. I mean, they obviously know what they're doing. They do Scotch pies as well. This is not a hashtag ad, by the way. I bought this out of my own money because it looked really interesting. And I'm really glad I did. That was really good. So if you're a fan of haggis, why not give it a go? I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you do enjoy haggis, then it's something fun to do by yourself. That's really satisfying and it's not hard or anything. It's quite straightforward to follow. If you are a meat eater, then get yourself decent offal. Brilliant, it tasted fantastic. Can't tell, the offal's in there. It's got all that flavour in it. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, it's got the vegetables to it in it, so you can make your own vegan one or vegetarian one, up to you. I'm not sure how you would do that, but if you know, give it a go. If you haven't had haggis before, don't know if that's the best introduction to it. It might be best if you go off, try it first, get like one that's already done, see if you like it, see if you like the flavour, and if you do, maybe give that a try. But it's really, really, really tasty. It's got such wonderful flavours and spices in it. I think most people just have to get past the idea of what's in it. But honestly, you couldn't tell. It tastes fantastic. Anyway, that was really good. I really enjoyed it. 100% recommend that if you fancy giving it a go yourself. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you didn't get too grossed out by all the offal and stuff like that. But if you did enjoy the video, then like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to find out when new videos are going up, and I will see you next time on Big Friendly Grub. I'm gonna go finish off my haggis. Okay, or something. Bye!